take a look at example 3 here. The drama club makes a big ball from foam to hang above the stage for a play. They plan to cover the surface of the ball with metallic fabric. What is the minimum number of square meters of fabric that the club needs to find? All right, so a couple things happening here. They tell us in the picture the volume of this foam ball is 1.8 cubic meters. It's asking for the minimum number of square meters, so square meters should come, surface area should come to mind for square units. Cubic unit should be volume. So this is common practice with sphere problems where you have two formulas both involving a radius, and if they give you either the volume or the surface area, you can use that to find the radius. Once you know the radius, you can find the other things. So that's kind of what's happening here. So recall from yesterday the formulas for volume. Volume equals 4/3 pi r cubed, and surface area equals 4 pi r squared. Those are your two formulas for a sphere. So what they're doing is they're giving us this, giving us the volume that will allow me to find the radius. Once I know the radius, then I will know this, so I can find this. So that's kind of the path we're going to take here. So as we can see from the picture, the volume is 1.8 cubic meters. The volume formula, V represents volume, R represents radius. So if I substitute what I know, 1.8 for V, I'm going to go ahead and modify pi into 3.14. It becomes an algebra problem at this point. R is our variable. It is to the third power. I do want to get R to the third power by itself first, and then I want to take the cube root of both sides in order to find out what R is. For me personally, I'd probably get a decimal approximation for 4/3 times 3.14. So if I type in 4 times 3.14 divided by 3, that's 4. Let's go 4 decimal places. 4.1867. So 1.8 equals 4.1867 r cubed. And at this point, I'm going to get r cubed equals by dividing by 4.1867. Again, just using basic algebra technique. 67. Anytime a number is attached to a letter and you want the letter by itself, simply divide by the number. So divide 4.1867 on both sides, and we get 1.8 divided by 4.1867. Comes out to 0.4299. So r cubed equals 0.4299. Which means that r is going to be the cube root of 0.4299. Now, cube roots, different calculators have different ways of typing in a cube root. Let me just show you a couple techniques. This one here in particular, I hit the math button and it's in the math menu. The gray calculators maybe have like a cube root button or an x root button. You can see it has an x root button as well. Another way of doing it is that it's the same as the 1/3 power. So I'll just demonstrate 0.4299 caret parentheses 1/3 end parentheses. You want to put the 1/3 in parentheses, otherwise it'll take the first power divided by 3. That's the cube root. If I go with the cube root button of 0.4299, it's still the cube root. If I type the 3 first and then hit the x root button, 0.4299. Okay, so several different ways. Again, I think these gray calculators, that's how you have to do it. You type the 3, then you hit the x root button, then you type the 0.4299. So 0.7547 is the radius. 0.7547 meters. Again, cubic meters was the volume unit, so that means the radius unit should be meters to the first power. Okay, now that I know the radius, it says what's the minimum number of square meters of fabric the club needs? Well, we simply have to find the surface area of the sphere. That's what the metallic fabric is going to wrap around the outside of the sphere, so that's the surface area that we're going to need. So Surface area is gonna equal 4 pi, and again, I'm gonna replace pi with 3.14, times the radius squared, that'd be 0.7547 squared. Okay. And now it's just a mathematical fact, I just need to evaluate it. So type in 4 times 3.14 times 0.7547 squared. Your calculator knows to square first, then multiply second. It follows the order of operation. So just type in the expression exactly as written. It should give you the right answer. It's like 7.15. 7.15 square meters of fabric would be needed to wrap the foam ball up with metallic fabric.